any updates on the likelihood of a shutdown and impacts to NACA?
Yeah. So we talked about it today on our weekly call from the National Executive Board. The update is, we all know that a tweet or an X or whatever you call it these days, or some social media hit, can change everything when it comes to a shutdown. You can sit back where we used to say, it's, the tea leaves are reading this way. Like, the tea leaves can read anyway, and you still have to wait until midnight 01 to find out what really happened or what occurred. The likelihood remains high of a shutdown, and not seeing I would say, an overwhelming area of like, oh man, we can breathe easy tonight. It is hanging on every day, every hour of what's going to occur next. There has been a bill that's been proposed and introduced to stabilize our funding for at least 30 days through the trust fund during it, to continue the modernization efforts. And once again, that being an avenue and aspect of something we're driving and advocating for, that will protect and continue to put the money in controllers' pockets and everyone's during a government shutdown, is the modernization efforts will cease, and Oklahoma City will cease, which is the pipeline to the majority, or I would say vast majority, of those that are coming in to be the either replacements and the next generation of air traffic controllers. And any disruption to that absolutely sets us behind and continues to impose unnecessary risk into the system, unnecessary distractions to the air traffic controllers. So we have a very aggressive strategy of prevent the shutdown with our PR firm that we've been working with, and a very aggressive strategy of end the shutdown if a shutdown is to occur. We've prepared leafleting at many of the major airports, round 1 and round 2, to get that up and going for our members. But here's the thing that I also want you to know out of all that. That's the update on where the shutdown is. Now let's talk about, once again, the reality of what we face. As of today, there is an executive order that is signed and in place that gives the authority from the United States President to the Secretary of Transportation to decertify our union. We have seen 1 million workers that are federal workers no longer have the right to representation. 600,000 have had their contracts ripped up, and an executive order still sits out there today that gives the Secretary of Transportation to do that to NACA and to pass. So we must ensure, and all the RVPs will be talking about it, and the entire National Executive Board speaking in one voice of the importance of our professionalism and letting us go out and advocate and talk about the impacts and the realities, but you not putting your job at risk, or it be seen as any types of job action or otherwise, saying, because we know the media attention goes to us, we know the pressures that go on air traffic controllers and all those we represent, to say, what are you going to do? Are y'all going to end the shutdown? What's going to happen? And the media, spins it out of control as well. Is you not putting your job at jeopardy under this administration, and us not putting our union in jeopardy? Do not give them the reason to do so. I know things have been said offhand by, in the past, and the frustration is palatable and real when it comes to it. We will be aggressive in our pursuit of ending the shutdown, of ensuring that our controllers continue and everyone continues to get paid, but do not put yourself at risk for your career being impacted through some conversation in the control room, some action where you thought I was saying that in jest or just in front of a manager. Our professionalism and our credibility will be being looked at, and not only is your career at stake, but the right to have a union will be at stake during that time. So that message will go on repeat about our professionalism, us staying out there, and no, we're right there with you. Completely understand the pressures that are associated with it, the unnecessary distractions that it creates, and the risks that it introduced to the system. And we will not sit silent on that matter.